Hello, everybody, and this is the Real Whovians cast, episode 601. And I'm your, part-time host right now. I'm like filling in because Joe's like wanting to have a little bit of a rest right now. So here we are. This is going to be a whole, reestablishing of the show because he is going to totally take it back to the golden age. And I decided that we decided we're going to use this episode to actually have a little fun by just speculating what we think each of the new Who companions are doing, like where are their lives and stuff in after the Doctor, so like post Doctor. So so here we go. Like, come on, Chris, Joe. Oh, and I'm here, of course, with Chris and Joe.
Hello.
Hi. You could feel the enthusiasm in the room.
Okay, so
Get ready, mothers.
first one, Rose Tyler.
Okay. So where is Rose Tyler today? Okay. I kind of have the sense that they somehow have a TARDIS that they grew. I don't know if they just, something, they explain it away some other way. And that they are traveling in that universe. And I have a feeling that they are, yes, romantically linked.
Yes, maybe even married.
They probably are married, and that it may be a situation where they are not traveling as much. Maybe they'll raise a family or something, and maybe they'll really be part of, they'll turn Torchwood into, not reality, into like a unit, or they'll establish unit. So that's where I think Rose is.
Yeah, with Hansy. I call him Hansy. I love Hansy. Yeah. Okay, Chris, you go. You say you're next.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that, but I have this weird feeling that there's an alternate version of Amy and Rory in that universe that turn into villains.
Really?
Really?
Yes. Because I think that would be amazing, and something weird happens there. No, I don't know, I'm just joking. But no, I think you're right. I think that I think they probably turn Torchwood into kind of like a public version of Unit, where Unit's more on the secretive side. Torchwood is more like, kind of like in the public's eye. I do think they probably have a TARDIS. They probably travel. Maybe they do have a family. I don't know. I actually don't see them having kids yet. Yeah. Maybe in the future. I think they probably wanted to travel first, and then do that. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if maybe, like, in that universe, some of the people who were their allies in the Prime universe are actually enemies there. So, I think that'd be pretty cool. And who knows? Because there's another thing in that universe. Maybe Gallifrey wasn't destroyed. Maybe it's still around, and it's kind of like it was in the classic series where the Time Lords are still around, and there's kind of like a different order there, and they might have an issue with an alternate TARDIS being in their universe. So I think that'd be pretty cool to see. But sticking with the companions, like you said, I think you pretty much hit it on the head, where they're together and probably leading Torchwood.
Yeah, I agree. I think the same thing. I agree with Chris. I don't think they'd have kids right away. I think they'll travel a lot and then probably eventually settle down as she grew older or as he grew older also, and then settle down kind of higher and all that. But right at first, I could imagine them like going crazy, like traveling everywhere, doing all the stuff she did with the original Doctor. Just having a ball, like they're showing her the universe still.
Right.
And it'd be kind of cool if Gallifrey is in there, still going and stuff in that.
What's interesting about that universe too is the Metacrisis Doctor has all of the memories from
Yeah.
the 10th Doctor and Donna, but he's never explored that universe.
Correct.
That's an alternate universe. So
Yeah.
basically, it would be like both of them experiencing things for the first time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
that would be a different take
And
on.
why wouldn't he reach out to the alternate versions of his companions?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he reach
Exactly.
out to Don Noble there?
Mhm. I'm
Or,
sure he's friends with a lot
Martha
of them.
Jones
Yeah.
there?
Mhm.
You
Jack
know,
Harkness there.
I mean, that's it. I mean, he could basically, exactly.
And like Chris said, maybe some of them are bad.
See, I always had the thing that if it was a way that he would regenerate, that he would still be Rose as Matt Smith, and it
Yeah.
would be a bearded Matt Smith. Because I always felt like when he had the beard, he was a real freaking gothic. You're like, holy moly.
Yeah, I
this
liked
guy.
him with the beard. It was
Wow.
cute.
It was like menacing. Like you would think he'd be like a villain with that beard or something.
There's something. It's funny that you said that because I was thinking about this last night, but we should save it for an everything show because they have a whole idea for Matt Smith playing a villain in something else.
Gotta be
Cool.
with a beard.
Huh?
Gotta be
Yeah.
with a beard.
Oh,
It
and
kind
hey,
of
beard or
reminds-
not, he would fit this character I have in mind very well. In my opinion.
Okay.
He kind of reminded me, looking back now, look on the beard moment. He kind of reminds me of another kind of everything show, but Rick Grimes, you know.
Oh, the real walking cast? Yeah.
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 But oh well. Okay, so that was great. Now Martha, Martha Jones. Like, where is
Well,
where is
technically,
she?
wouldn't it be Donna Noble because it was the Runaway Bride and then it was Martha
Yeah,
Jones?
yeah. True.
Okay. Where is Donna Noble? I could just picture Donna Noble. I could just picture him encountering Donna Noble in that reality by accident, and she just slapping him in the face. And her being some executive boss, nasty as hell, you know, and he's just like, oh, she can't be evil. This can't happen. I gotta change it. You know, it's like, because in a way, it's like he don't know what the fixed points are, or, you know, because he's not part of that universe. So who the hell cares what he does? Like he could change anything basically, because it doesn't apply to him.
What about Donna in the Prime universe, though?
Well,
Yeah.
That's a good question. Donna in the Prime universe, she's rich.
Yeah.
She's divorced, and she's a villain. I would say, could be, because you got to think of it this way, right? She's rich now. Okay,
Definitely.
it's
Yeah.
something that's nagging at her, that her life is just missing something. So she's going to crave that missing element, not knowing what it is. Maybe mistaking it for the right person, maybe mistaking it for this. And she's going to be a very bitter, nasty, you know, until she finds out what those memories are, I would think. Because it's a goal that she can never see. She's the type of person, Donna Noble, that she'll try to find out why there's something that bothers her, some type of memories. Just like when she tried to seek the doctor out. And eventually she'll find out those memories. Because all it takes is one little glimmer, a picture of the TARDIS, or something, and she'll be like, snap. So, I think that before she would become evil, she would snap out of it and just, you know, somehow she wouldn't blow up with the memories or something. Or it could be a future episode.
You know what would be great? As soon as you said that, I just had an idea. All right, so you know how before she had to before the Doctor had to basically seal that part of her memory away, she was the Dr. Donna.
Yeah.
She had like all of his knowledge and stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
What if while she's trying to figure out what it is that is like bothering her, parts of the Dr. Donna kind of slip through, and she makes all of these like scientific advancements, and like UNIT finds out, and they secretly recruit her as like a science officer or something.
Wow. Yeah.
And the Doctor finds out one day, and he's like, "What have you been doing? Like, you can't have her here." And they're like, "Well, look at all this stuff she's made." And she's made like, like anti-gravity stuff and like sonic technology, and she's like working on time travel. And he's like, "You can't be doing this because if she remembers who I am, she'll die."
Right.
That'd be pretty cool to see. I'd like to see that.
And she'd be like, "Oh, I already fixed that problem."
Yeah,
Because and it'd be like, yeah, that would
that'd be pretty
cool.
awesome.
Good choice. Good deal there. What about you, director?
Oh yeah, I like that idea. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of like a good episode for or a good idea for an episode, like to bring her
You
back.
don't reveal her till the
somehow.
very end. Like the Doctor's like,
Yeah.
"Who's making all this stuff?" And then she just kind of steps out, and he's like, "What?"
And she can have all these googly glasses, like
Yeah,
mad scientist thing.
yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
Our director's preoccupied.
Yeah, I'm getting a text.
Ah,
Okay, sorry about that.
that's all right.
My friend's like texting me like crazy. She's so excited about some other fandom.
Cool.
But yeah.
Oh, by the
But
way, our
yeah, I
producer
love that
will
idea.
join us. Our producer, Danette, will join us sometime
Cool.
throughout the week.
Cool.
Just throwing it out there.
Okay, so now I love the idea about Prada. That's like cool. Martha Jones with Mickey.
Where are they at? I would say that after the Doctor saved her, that they went back to basics, and she's a doctor, and he's the mechanic or computer genius, and they have a quiet life, and they have a child,
Yeah,
a daughter, and they're just away from it all.
yeah,
That's what I would say.
that's cute. That's cute. I like that idea. Yeah.
What do you
And I
say,
bet you she tells her child about the adventures she had. And that maybe one day, she's probably telling her child, maybe one day you'll become a companion too. Maybe you'll meet him one day.
That'd be cool.
Martha and Mickey. That's kind of that's a difficult one. I'd kind of like to see. I'd like to see that those two kind of left UNIT
Yeah.
to have their own life somewhere else, away from, extraterrestrial things and paranormal things and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that she's a doctor, like you said. I think he's working somewhere else. Maybe he joined the regular military, not UNIT, and he works for them like in intelligence or something.
Yeah.
I think they have 2 kids probably, and if they have, I always had this idea. If they had 2 boys, one would be named John, the other one would be named Smith. Or
That's cute.
if they had a daughter somewhere, like they saw the doctor's files in UNIT, and they would name her Susan.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, and Martha has like a psychological hatred for anybody named Rose.
Yes,
Still,
I agree with that.
still.
I agree with that.
too.
And I'm so shocked that they didn't beat the crap out of each other in the TARDIS.
Yeah, I know. Me
I
too.
don't understand how there was
You guys still
no
there?
interaction with that.
Oh man.
That was a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity.
I didn't hear what you said. It kind of froze. What did you say?
I said it was a missed opportunity that Russell T. Davis didn't have them actually go at it or like
I
yell at each other.
know! That would have been great. Oh.
It'd be kind of like the whole Sarah Jane and Rose thing, how they're going back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something. It would have been on.
Yeah.
Martha Jones would have ripped into her.
There would have been hair
think
getting pulled,
it would have
fighting.
been,
It would have been great.
and
And
Mickey
can you
Smith wouldn't know
imagine
what to
that?
do. Mickey wouldn't
And
know
can you
what to
imagine
do.
David Tennant? He would have been like, no, he wants to. Tennant would have been like flabbergasted by it.
He's just
Mickey
sitting there.
Smith.
What?
Yeah, they were just punching each other. That would have been great. Them throwing each other over the TARDIS. That should you should see like Martha grab a hair and throw her over the console, and they'd be like, but wait a minute, we gotta fly the Earth back, and it's like, you know, he's like pounding. And you see like
Should I come back later?
you see like Rose drop kick like Martha into the chest or something, and people you see like Sarah Jane's chilling there like, you know, and
Jack's like, whoa.
Jack, you'd be like, and the other doctor would have been just watching, and he'd be like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "What?" You know.
Lana would be like, is this what happens to people?
What would Mickey
I would have had
do?
Donnie Noble saying, "I'm betting on Rose or something." You know.
And what would Mickey do?
Mickey would just watch. Mickey would be talking to Captain Jack, and he'd be like, you know,
I dated both of them.
I think this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me since I met the Doctor.
Yeah. Captain Jack would be like, I'm gonna get between those two there. That would have been the.
Oh,
I'm
my
telling
cheeks
you.
are hurting.
You could. They should do like a lost episode inside the timeline there, where there was like a thing you didn't see, where they're like fighting it.
Oh, my jaws
Like, before
hurt
they,
from
like,
laughing.
They should do a thing where like, you know, they're all harmony with the music and everything, and then you say, but what happened 5 minutes after? And then you'd be like, they would just show her, Rose Tyler and Martha Jones just flipping out. That would be great.
Oh.
And then they would end it with they're just getting out, and it's like la 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 la. Like no, you don't even know what just happened.
Oh
great.
man.
The Doctor just pulls out a broom. He's like sweeping up the destroyed parts of the TARDIS.
Yeah. It's like, and then like somebody would be like, Captain Jerry, I thought that only happens when you regenerate. This is why the TARDIS don't like women. We'd be like, this is why the TARDIS don't like women in here. This is why she's always angry. The TARDIS. It's to everybody.
Oh, that's good. A moment of silence for that.
Yeah. I'm just picturing it in my head. How awesome. That's like a fantasy. Just seeing that episode. Because, you know what? He's such a... Russell T. Davies was building that little thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was great. It would have been so great to see that.
Yeah.
So great. Damn.
Okay. Now, the beautiful Amy Pond. Aw.
Right.
This one's gonna make me cry.
Wait a minute. You left out Captain Jack.
Oh, okay, yeah. I cannot believe I forgot that. Okay,
Jeez.
now Captain Jack.
I don't want to know what Jack's doing right now. I think we'd have to bump the rating up on this show a lot.
He would be in the 51st century, not in the past. So there would be no reason to be in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Amy Pond. Well, see, that's the thing. There wouldn't be anything because he can't regenerate.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But I gotta tell you. Well, then again, how would he? I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's just we wouldn't have anything with any companions after because He has no memories of them
Yeah.
because he didn't regenerate. But I do believe that had he was able to regenerate, we would have a bearded Matt Smith with Amy, and I don't think she would be with Rory. You know?
In that universe, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they could do something else. You know what? Actually, I would. No, actually, you know what? Wait a minute. No, you can't. I was going to try to say, no. It would have been cool to see Clara in that universe
Yeah.
with David Tennant, though.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe it happens a little differently because she's traveling along his timeline, and
Yeah.
in this case, he's like, "Why are you watching me?" But he would be with like Rose
Yeah.
instead of Donna in the library or something,
Yeah.
and he'd be like, "Why are you watching me?" But then again, River wouldn't appear because she wouldn't exist because he wouldn't get Amy as a companion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's a complicated space-time event, meaning that she's the only one. She's not in any other universe type of thing, probably. So
Yeah. Exactly.
it was like a freak thing that she was created in this one.
Yeah.
And he said he's a space. Yeah. And he said
one of a kind.
He said he's a complicated space-time event too, so it could be that he's just single to this universe also.
And well, now that one too, but but yeah, it makes sense that they both would be one of a kind, except of course now the Doctor has another one. But yeah, well, except for the whole Dream Lord and the Valiard and all those things, that's all part of the.
Maybe that's a Dream Lord's home.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, oh my God, this is where you live. No.
Okay, what about the Prime universe with Amy? Like, how was it for Rory and Amy during the time when they were stuck in New York before they died?
I'm gonna say that Canton Delaware III gave him IDs. Well, actually, wait a minute. Where did they travel to? The 60s or the 40s?
The 40s.
So that was that was way before.
1938, wasn't it? Something like that? Or was it 48? I can't remember. I haven't watched it in a while.
I actually think that whole thing with the grave was a setup. I think that they're not dead. I don't think they became Cybermen. I actually think that they're just not there.
Well, what about the son, the adopted son, coming and bringing the letter?
I don't count that. I don't count that at all because I didn't see it. Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I actually think that for some reason I have this feeling that Peter Capaldi's going to land in the 30s New York, bump into them, and just bring them home. Like, for some reason, they'll shock the crap out of fans, and they'll both appear. And it will be like they just got there. It's like, oh, you want to live? I'm like, okay.
I don't know.
You want the most, the scene that would, like, literally people would be, like, it would just kill people. I can't say it any other way.
Yeah.
Capaldi goes back to the 30s, runs into Amy and Rory, knowing he can't save them. They don't know who he is. And he has to pretend he doesn't know who they are.
Mm.
Oh.
And it's one of the most gut-wrenching scenes you will ever see. Because he's like, I was just passing through town. And they're like, okay. And then, like, when he leaves, they're like, you ever have a feeling that we've met him before? And they're like, yeah, but I can't put my finger on it.
And then they'll hit the TARDIS, and it's like...
Yeah, and it's like, oh.
I honestly think that Peter Capaldi would say F it and just take them back.
Yeah.
As a doctor, he said, fuck it, I'm taking them back. Who's going to stop?
He did say that he wanted to fix mistakes. So...
That's a mistake.
Yep.
Oh, and you know what else I would do? I would have him show up in the cemetery, have this device that he puts around the angel's neck, and drag the sucker into the TARDIS And it's like you hear like a lot of banging, and like he's got River with him. She's like, "What are you doing?" And you see him in the room, which is like his room, with hammers and chisels, breaking the sucker into pieces.
Torturing it, yeah.
And he would have like all this stuff on, like gear, and he'd be like, "I'm just, this is a blessing," and he'd be like spraying that thing. I'm redesigning, and you see like stone flying around, which would be like signifying blood, like little chisels here and there, like little pieces. Yeah, I would definitely do that. It would be a horror movie without blood. It would be like crazy. Absolutely.
I like that.
I would even have him have a jackhammer. And he starts like.
Instead of blood, you see like wet cement hit the wall and stuff.
I would actually have him have a jackhammer. He's like, screw it, and he did like, or River was like my turn, and she would jump on top of it, trying to be like. This was for my mom.
Hear them.
She'd be like, "This was for my mom."
They hear them screaming.
Yeah, she's like, "This was for my mom." This is for my dad. She's like,
she's shaking her hair, flipping, moving.
I wouldn't even have River bump into Brian. Then say, "Oh, hey, granddad." Yeah.
Grandpa. Yeah, granddad. Grandfather.
I still feel bad for him because like he doesn't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what happened.
So that's like one of those Moffat's thinking at his house, and he's like,
I actually kind of accept it. I actually accept the PS as canon, but because Arthur is so before.
I would still make it that they're aliens. Or Rory and his dad. That's something special about them. Yeah. I would definitely.
Yeah. It's just like, what is it with him knowing? He's like talking to past tense and all that. Like,
I would just have it the Time Lords. Screw it.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, like Brian.
And that's why River. And that's why River is how born the way she was, not because of the Time.
Right. That could be the revelation that Rory's a Time Lord.
Yeah.
A Time Lord that can't.
And that's why he couldn't die.
Well, no, could be a thing that something happened and he screws up the regeneration where it's like stuck.
Yeah.
Like where the energy just doesn't come out, it just keeps coming back to life. And it's like.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to do it. I didn't study that.
Yeah.
Because he had the wrong name badge, the wrong year.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been like he had to be in that moment,
Yeah.
So.
And then also, I don't know if it's where it was or something. I think it was in like a little thing to a book, but I think it was possibly a echo of Clara's meeting older Amy, and she tells her at the end, give the doctor she could tell she was like a time traveler and stuff, and she's like, if you ever see the doctor, she's like, he abandoned me or whatever. And then she's like, if you ever see the doctor again, give him a message for me. And she's like, okay. She's like, tell him, run, you clever boy, and remember. I mean, like, I forgot where that was, but I read that somewhere. I think it was in a book, one of the books that was released, and I'm like,
right.
Like an afterthought or afterword or whatever in a book. I'm thinking it was the Angel book.
Well, they were in an episode together. They just never seen each other. Like, Clara was Oswin,
Yeah.
So.
And then there's the whole the book. She had her book.
Yeah. I would have her just write the book and then they pick them up. That's it. So.
River doing her like the book, The Angel Kiss. I want to see an episode of that book of her like investigating the angels and.
Oh, me too.
Oh, I love that audio
episode again.
I love that audio book. I listen to that a lot because I like that adventure she has on all stuff. I like how one of the guys, she's like, when he says doctor, she's like, it took her a second. She kind of like, because she thought of her doctor.
I would have River encounter the Weeping Angels without them being able to zap people in time where they just, doing something else, like something else is going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, now, I guess I'm going to add River into this. River.
Oh, she'd be a villain. Like crazy.
In the...
She would make,
if
like,
she were in
Missy
parallel
look...
universe.
She would, like, make Missy look like a waitress.
If she were in that.
She'd probably kill him, bring him back, kill him again, bring him back.
Yeah. I think she would be that
torture.
way in the parallel universe, if she were.
Total badass.
What are we talking about?
River
she
now.
existed.
Oh.
In
She'd
the
be
parallel
the
universe.
badass villain.
Yes, villain,
She'd
definitely.
be the greatest villain there is.
Definitely a villain. Yep.
She'd probably take, like, Misty and just, like destroy her.
Wipe the floor with her.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now Prime Universe. Of course we know she's stuck in the library, but I mean on the times when she's before the library, but
Well,
when
wait.
she's by herself.
I don't know if you heard the
What?
news,
What?
but Alex Kingston made an announcement today that she said something towards the effect of, well, you know what, I want to get it right because I don't want to boot this. So let me get the article. Okay. Let me get the article. If it's up. Okay. Here's the article.
Yeah, we definitely
Okay.
want to get it right.
Okay, the story is, it says, Alex Kingston, I haven't been told River's done. And she goes, Alex Kingston has hinted that River Song could make an appearance alongside Peter Capaldi's doctor. Speaking at MegaCon, she said, all I can say is spoilers. But what I will say is the sonic screwdriver that I had in Silence in the Library, which has been given to me by the doctor, is not the sonic screwdriver that has been seen yet. She later added,
Okay, go on.
no, I want to see that reaction again. That's just like, I missed it, actually.
You'll see it when you rewatch. Oh my goodness, go on.
All right, I'm sorry. Okay, she later added, I haven't been told I'm done on the show. On how she thinks River would react to Peter Capaldi's doctor. Well, River's dealt with a lot of doctors' faces in the past, so I don't think it would be a surprise to her. So in other words, she's trying to say that she encountered other doctors.
Of course.
I'm talking the ninth doctor, the eighth doctor, probably.
Yeah.
Of course, she would call herself something
thank
different.
you for that. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Yes, there's still hope. I so want to see her with
This bomb. This bomb. This bomb. There you go.
I so want to see her with Capaldi so bad. I want to see her at least once with Capaldi. It's going to be so cool.
I know.
I believe her doctor. I just do.
Oh, she basically said it. She's coming back. Get ready.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's
I
something
think
to
we'll be
look
seeing
forward to.
Get ready, man. And I could see a romance with her and Peter Capaldi, because the way he talked about her as in the wife sense.
Yeah.
Very affectionate.
Me and River, we got into a big argument.
And they can make it like the ring on his finger is him actually placing. Because it could be that he actually placed a real ring on her finger and actually married her again.
Yeah. But, of course,
That's
we won't see it.
No, we could actually, Gloria, we could see it. They could
we
actually
could.
show a romance when he says, no, you know what, I want to do this right instead of you marrying a robot.
Yeah.
You know, the Tesla.
Yeah.
That she could, you know what I'm thinking?
Hope
When
springs
Clara
eternal.
leaves, when Clara leaves, right? then she could just pop and say, "I'm so glad she's gone. Now where were we?" and stuff like that. Basically.
Like her.
Yeah.
But I think whatever it is that makes the connection with her and Clara, I think whatever it is, it's causing her not to be able to be there for some reason, or at least be in the same place as her. Like maybe something to do with.
I think for some reason Clara being there is just stopping her from being there physically. Yeah.
Yeah. Like whatever it is that causes them to be
when Clara
connected.
wasn't there, they had contact.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Like she was able to be in the same place as her in the Name of the Doctor, but she wasn't really able. It was her, like hologram of her.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. So, as the director of the show, today's your first day on the job. How do you feel?
I am very happy. I have a feeling that it will get better. I'm not saying it wasn't good. It's just, a lot of sadness, a lot of things happening made it kind of lose the direction, lose its, the sight on what it needs to be and stuff. So I want to help you any way I can to help you get back to the good days, the good old days, like get it back to the heart of the show and stuff, because it's a great show, Joe, and you should be proud of yourself with what you started, what you began with the show, the beginning, and let's just hope for better things.
What do you,
as
my director, what new things do you want to put in the show? I know you're putting me on the spot because it's live and I'm not ready to expect what you're going to say. But what kind of shows do you want to do on here besides just the Real Whovians? What kind of cast do you want to do? What do you want to do to the Everything Show? What do you want to do to the Real Walking Guests? What do you want to do for Doctor Who? I mean, do you want us to review things? What do you want us to do?
Yeah, review. I want you to do more of the classic Who reviews, and I think it would be a great idea to do some of the new Who reviews, like start back watching them again, because that's the heart. I mean, watching it, enjoying those is why we do the show, because it's on hiatus now. But while it's on hiatus, we should be watching Doctor Who, kind of still like loving it and stuff, and watching it is the tool. It's where we get our inspiration from. So yeah. And then also, it'd be a good idea to do like themed shows where we talk about a specific topic and where you can title the episodes. Like I like when you do the episodes where you title them.
Right.
It's always fun to see those. Those are always some of my favorites. And then of course I would love for you to kind of do, of course, on the Everything Show. I love the whole like trailer reviews.
Yes.
Trailer reactions
will be returning.
Trailer reactions. Those are always fun. And then just make sure we give each other chances to talk. That's of course always been part of it. Kind of respecting each other. Of course we do that. We try to do it as well as we can. We don't interrupt each other. We try. But of course I know we kind of get all excited sometimes. I am
working on that. I've been trying to talk less.
We're all working on it. We're all working on it.
I think that your idea about the new Doctor Who review, like of the newer episodes, would be easier to do, being that I have the whole collection of the new, whereas the old, I don't have a new thing. So I think we should start off with those. And I'm not going to commit to say we're going to do like 20 episodes in 2 days. But I think what we should do is we should just be like the show used to be, spontaneous. Yeah. There is no set time that the show appears. I want to take away the schedule that it's become, where these shows have to be done at night. I want to make it fun, where I actually be happy doing it on the weekend rather than taking off on the weekend, and where we're just doing it when I want to do it. The show, I want to do it in the morning. I want to do it at night. And it's a thing where not everybody has to appear in every episode. The great thing about the way the show used to be is that because it was spontaneous, right, different times throughout the day people were up or they're sleeping. So
Yeah.
it was never the same people in it majority of the times until we had like a set crew, but there was always differences going on. You know, there's different people. It wasn't the same people. Because what happens is when you have the same, and I'm not saying people be kicked out of the show, I'm saying that change it up a little bit, different opinions, because when you have the same opinions every episode, it can come off as negative, it can come off redundant and boring, you know, and I don't want to be boring. So I'm just saying we need to do what we used to do. And the part of what really worked with the Whovians cast and all the other shows is that being spontaneous. At any point in time throughout the day, the show could just mysteriously appear. Something could happen. I mean,
Kind
I
of
had a
like the feeling
situation.
of Doctor Who.
Yeah, and just when you make it a schedule, and that's part of the things that didn't work when we used to have the Whovian podcast back in the day, because it became more like a job, and then there became too many rules and everything. But if we go back to the way the show originally was with the Real Whovians cast, that would be respectful because it would honor the show, and I see the show as an entity. Okay, this thing has been alive for 601 episodes, the Real Whovians cast, and I treat it with respect as if it's a person. Okay, I treat the show as, you know, it's like one of the greatest things I accomplished. You know, yes, having a YouTube channel, but I think the moment we started doing podcasts, I think that was a great thing. Where on the other side of the coin, people would argue that the moment I started doing podcasts, they didn't like the channel as much because they used to get my single videos doing the news for like 2 minutes. So they'd be able to get their news in for 2 minutes and out. So I think what could happen is the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I bring back, you know, a good amount of single videos while trying to do the podcast. And of course, it's harder this time because I have a job that has tons of hours. So I don't have the free time that I used to have. Back when I did this, I was all into doing the books and taking time and money saved to do the books. And I didn't have like a set, like that was the main thing and a job was secondary. Now the job is the main thing and the books are like not even secondary, which is a sad thing because the books have become like 10th on the list, and that's not really good either. So what we really need to do is, you know, do our shows, and I feel bad because like certain shows that we have are neglected, like, and that's my fault actually because, you know, I don't like spend too much time with Game of Thrones, and then I miss an episode. I don't do enough horror casts. I don't do enough. You know, we used to have the amazing Spider cast, like Spider-Man's Epic cast. We need to do other shows, but it shouldn't be that we have to do these shows. Like, in other words, I don't want it to feel that, you know, with the Everything show, it's like either Real Whovians or Everything show, right? I don't want it to have to feel like we're forced to do a horror cast because we haven't done a horror cast. It's got to be fun for us to do, you know. So, and again, that's what this is what needs to be. It needs to be fun again, because if it isn't going to be fun, it's, you know, it's not going to be worth it. Okay, this isn't a game. This isn't a thing about taking over anything. This is Joe Schmo doing a show with whoever else would honor me with their presence. I don't, and here's the thing. Yes, I monetize the videos, but because I won't link with Google Plus, I don't get paid for the videos because I want to hold on to my rights, you know. So, in honesty, the last check I got from Google was August of 2014. And obviously it didn't bother me because my main concern was quality of the show, not quantity of money. Because if it would have been money, that would have been a different story. You would have seen banners all over the freaking place. You would have seen different things. I would have been forced to do a podcast every so often without having, you know. So I really didn't care. And when I take off the weekends, it severely damages the channel. But I don't care because I want to spend time with my family. Which that wasn't that before. It was, I was doing podcasts all the time, but I just want to spend time. So
Yeah. And
there's
it's
a lot.
important you do that. Yeah.
There's a lot we could do with these shows,
Yeah.
And I welcome any inputs in the comments below. Please subscribe. Please like. And I look forward to your direction,
New
Gloria.
members. And new members.
New members. I look forward to Danette too.
Yeah.
See what she can do.
Yeah. Her input on the ideas. Yeah.
We need to spice up these shows a little bit and have different people in control. And you Gloria, being enthusiastic and taking charge today, off air, I appreciate that. So
You're welcome.
There wasn't going to be, honestly, guys, there was not going to be any podcast today at all. But, Gloria made it happen. So there you go.
Yeah, what are friends for?
That's it. All right. Anything else, Chris?
Not from me.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on. This was a great show, Joe. I loved it. So until next time, bye, everybody.